can. See, these have the solder lids on them. That's how they were made, and then they vented, and then they covered up the vent hole with the solder. So these were probably, I don't know, around the late 1800s, earlier 1900s is when these were made, I do believe. Hey, welcome to Gold Fever Adventures. I'm going to do some metal detecting today. I'm going to detect some old railroad stops. I'm right here by the highway and by, of course, the old railroad. It's something I just found. I didn't know if I could get in here or not, but I got in here. I found it. There's a lot of junk around here, a lot of tin cans, so I don't know what I'm going to be able to detect. But later on, I'll show you how I find these railroad stops to detect. But I want to see if I can find me anything, worthwhile anyway. I'm going to be using the Minelab Equinox 800 today. So I'll swing it and we'll see what we can dig up. But hey, thanks for coming along. No bottle cap. Got a pretty brown color to it, don't it? They would have these stops about every 10 to 15 miles. Somewhere in there is where these were located at. Not sure what that is. That's kind of cool. It's like an old train car or rail car or something. I don't know if that's something from Monopoly or what that's from. Cracker Jacks? Kind of heavy. Well, that's kind of cool. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a button of some sort, a snap or something. I don't know. Have to see if it'll clean up a little bit. Now what I've learned, see, this is ringing up 16, 15, 16. That should be one of them tin cans. But let's just see. That's what it is. But that's not an old one. Coke. That's where I hit it with the pick. Coca-Cola. Weird how they opened it like that, though. I don't know what years these came out. That's still kind of an older can, though. Too bad I hit it with the pick. That would have been kind of cool. Old railroad plate. Oh, whew. I was down there. That made me work. And there's the second one of those I've dug up. Whew. I doubt that's that old. Well, I don't think that's too old. Kind of thought that was a ring when I first saw that, but it's a ring on a cap or something like that. Not valuable. See a lot of this glass around here. This is old glass. There used to be a design or something on that. That'd be cool to find this all intact. It's all broken off. That's some old glass. See all types of this glass around here. You can tell it's even older because it's starting to smooth out even from just the weathering. There's a lot of that around. So where this glass is at, actually, that's some thick glass too. Where this glass is at is actually probably a pretty good place to just kind of detect around too, because that means they were sitting here or doing something with the glass, drinking something. Part of an old hacksaw blade. How smooth, nice and smooth that is. That's got number 19C. That's some thick glass. Smoothing out. Too bad you can't find a bottle all intact. That'd be so cool. Tobacco can. Just a tobacco can. Not sure what this is. You know, it almost looks like, I was going to say cap off something, but I don't think. Maybe it's one of those things that had the stuff in there that you light to heat something up with. Those sterno cans or whatever they were called. I don't know. Don't know. It's got grippers on it though. Like, you know, the oil lids, the grippers that you can grab to twist off. So, don't know. Oh, there's a bottle. I don't think it's old. Don't know what that says. 10 fluid ounces. It wasn't a twist lid, so you know that it had to be opened up with an opener. Let's see. This says properly. Can't read that. Dispose of properly. Okay. I don't know what kind of bottle that is. I don't think that's old. Better take it just in case, though, huh? Another one of these goddamn things. I got further away from the tracks too. Wow. Whew. There's a pretty good can dump right here. Some glass around. See how they had to open this? Has the solder lid up there, up on top. And then they had to open it right there. There's a tobacco can. This looks like maybe it was a band off a barrel. Maybe. I don't know. Cut it open there. So you know that was liquid. To get that out right there. Some sort of liquid. So what this tells me is you can often tell what these dumps were, what they did here, just by the cans. See, this is another one of those liquid cans. They had to open this up. These may have been coffee cans, maybe. You can almost read that. Yep, that's what that is. I can see that it says coffee, C-O-F-F-E-E, written right on that there. That's what that was. And there's where the church key was to open it. That was right there. But it looks like they never opened this. Look at that. It looks like that's still sealed, unless they just opened it without the key and dumped it out. But it looks like that can was never opened. Huh. Looks like it's still shut, unless they opened it. Well, no, because they didn't open it with the church key. Unless they somehow did, and then maybe they did, and then they just put the lid back on. That's possible. So what this dump tells me is this was probably more like the kitchen area, or where they would stop to feed at, since there was the cans that had the liquid in them, the coffee cans. It was more like a kitchen area. So that's what I'm going to assume what this was. And some of the cans, if you find them off on the sides, maybe like, your tobacco cans, it's probably just somebody sitting down smoking his pipe or rolling him a ciggy. But, so sometimes these can dumps can give you a little bit of indication. Plus they'll age, you can age the cans to give you a better idea. So the age of these cans were late 1800s, early 1900s is when this railroad stop was here. And there's another big can dump. And there looks like another can dump. Like another one over there too. Maybe there were groups of people that would stop in different times, I guess, to rest, but sure had to be a lot of them to go through these. Of course, I don't know how long this was here, this stop, but I'm sure it was here for a few years anyway, so lots of stops right here. That bottle looks old, huh? That looks like that could have been old. That looks like that had a cork in it once upon a time. An old cork. This was probably a milk can, Carnation milk or something. Has a solder lid, but it's smaller, and it was opened up with the holes, and they dumped the milk out. Generally they'd carry, see, this was soldered right here. It's an old solder can. Generally, this was one of their staples that they had to have. Milk, flour. You can make biscuits and all types of stuff with just this and flour. This here could have been like baking powder, maybe. Baking powder was another thing they had to have. Looks like you can almost read something on that. Baking powder you had to have for your biscuits. That could be the lid to a can of baking powder. Not really sure, but could be. Looks too small for a can of sardines. That's what I'm thinking, it's the lid for baking powder. And that's probably a ring. It's got the nails in it where it was on top of something. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Another bottle cap. This here's probably a ring on off a big barrel. One of those big barrels. It's probably the ring off one of those. But the barrel is long deteriorated, I'm sure. Long gone, turned back into dust. Fragments of wood all over here. Just another can dump. Now, if you look at this area, you see all these tobacco cans. There's probably somebody sat more doing tobacco cans. There's a lot of them. So this was more of a smoking joint. This is where the smokers' corners were. A lot of them around here. Tobacco cans. And there's another one. Lots of tobacco cans. This guy went through a lot of smokes right here. Look at that. Ooh, he went through a lot of smoke. You know, one day I ought to do a video on aging cans. That's what I should do. That's a good idea. One day I should do that. There, sardine cans. There's the key on that there. I wonder if that went in there. I think that was a sardine can. That's kind of cool, huh? Key's still hanging on there when they open that up. Here's a double track. Somebody told me once upon a time that whenever you see these double tracks, that was a sign of a stop also, because, you know, they would pull off, I guess, to rest or whatever, and then still allow another train to go on by. Of course, you gotta have some railroad spikes, don't you, just for the collection? I'm located probably about 15 miles from Parker, the Colorado River. That's just right up there. That's kind of a weird can, huh? It's a little dinky can. I wonder what was in there. Oh, you know what? Maybe, I don't know if that's a, don't know. Don't know what that is. It comes off. Thought that was a lid, but that's just a little can. I wonder what was in that. Strange. Wonder what that thing was. Part of an old buckboard or something? I don't know, man. That's kind of weird, huh? There's another one of those things. Wonder what that was. Interesting, whatever it was. curled up? I don't know. Huh. Don't know. All right, I found a coin. It's a penny. Can't quite read that date. Might say 1952. I'll have to further investigate that. It is a weedy, though. It is a weedy. Phew, my first coin. Yeah. Well, this was the old stop. Some of these that you find, they're on private property now, or there's a locked gate, you can't get into them. This one had a fence that you could just open and drive through, so I was able to get into this one. Always check where you are, but I did find this one, so that's pretty cool. Found this old railroad stop. Well, you know, I was about ready to give up. Started walking back towards the truck, detecting, just thinking to myself, why can't I just find like a coin or a token or something? And holy behold, I found the penny. Thank you. Probably not valuable and not old, but hey, I found me a penny. Let me show you some of the stuff that I found, that I kept anyways. Got a couple bottle caps. So I don't know what that is. Don't know what it is. A bell on it. Oops, I'll have to pick that up. I don't know why I kept that. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to investigate that. It might be a snap or something. I don't know why I kept that either. That's kind of cool. I'll have to see if that's Monopoly or what the heck that is. But that was kind of cool. It's been smashed. Maybe that's where I pulled it out of the ground at. It looks like it's been scraped. But that's kind of cool. And of course the 1 cent, a weedy. And looking into the sun, I'm pretty sure that says now it looks like it might say 1957. 1950 something on there anyways. A D, it looks like it's a D. I don't know if it's any valuable or not, but it's a weedy and I found it. You know, most of them tin cans were ringing up around 16, 17, 18, somewhere in there. So I kind of quit digging them. If I got a solid hit on something, I would dig it, but it was basically a tin can too. So that's what they really rang up. Those big ass rail, whatever they call, plates or something, they were ringing up like a 22 or something like that. But anyways, I like to dig the stuff that's, you know, like I run them 18s, 19s, generally the stuff that I find that I like to dig. So, a lot of trash out here, a lot of tin cans. If you could come out here with a rake and probably rake up a lot of these tin cans and spend some time out here, you could probably find some cool stuff, but I don't have the time to spend hours and hours out here, but hey, it was kind of fun. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back to the home front, and like I said, I'm going to show you, you know, how I find these rail stops here. So that's what I'm going to do now, so let's go back to the home front. Well, I made it back to the home front. So now let's go on inside and I'm going to show you how I locate these railroad stops. So let's see, where should we start at? There's these books right here. This here is a 10-volume set. Now these are out of print, but I go to these a lot. In my state, being Arizona, of course, you can go in here and they will show you all of the locations where there's like ghost towns, railroad stops, buried treasures, lost treasures, stories of lost gold, different things like that there. But they tell you a lot of different things like that. Not everything is in there, but they do, you know, it's a good place to start. If you get a chance to pick these up here, go ahead and do them. Like I said, they're out of print though. I use a lot of these books a lot of time. Arizona place names. This will tell me the names of some of the stuff, and sometimes names change over time. This is the Roadside History of Arizona. Again, just another reference book. But
Here it is. Let's see, what else could you use here? Some of these old maps sometimes will help you. They'll show you like the old roads or something like that, the old trails, some of the old, see, like there's one here that I've been trying to find right here, Granite Water. It's near me. It's not that far away from me, but I'm having a hard time locating Granite Water. Where's that at? I'm not sure if they maybe moved it or something, but I'm still going to try to find that. These maps here, they show you then and now. So how it is then, how it is now, these overlaid maps, so you kind of get an idea of some of the roads back in those days. These maps are really interesting maps to get. These are land status maps put out by Bureau of Land Management. Most of the western states will have these, but these will tell you, they'll show you, you know, like yellow would be BLM, white's private, blue is state. They'll show you Indian reservations, withdrawal land, stuff like that there. But so where I was at the other day was right here. This was a little stop of wall, and it is actually on this map. Now, if you look at topo maps here, let's see if I can find some of these topo maps here. These topo maps, your phone is an excellent source. You can download apps on your phone, topo maps on your phone, that'll show you a lot of these stops. But now, these are just some I printed off of topo maps that'll show you, let's see, what is this here? Oh, wall, here's where I was right here. See, they actually will show you on, and then you can see the double track right there. It's a double track in the town of Wall. And this is along the highway. So you see the railroad track, and then of course you see the highway right there. And I just keep seeing a lot of these here. There's, let's see, what was this one here? Udding. Now Udding, when I went up to this one, see the double tracks again. This is now behind a locked gate, so I couldn't get into that. The railroad stopped. They did something with that. They're stacking up, but there's a locked gate, so I can't get in to check that one out there. So I don't know what happened. This was the one here, Granite Wash. It's the one I can't find. They may have moved the tracks. The road may have moved, or the tracks, or the road. Something happened along this way here, so this is why this is still a mystery, and I haven't been able to locate it yet. Of course, I haven't been out here walking all over the place, but generally if you start walking around, you'll see a bunch of the old tin cans and stuff like that where they stopped at. But this is still, I got to investigate where that one is at. There's double tracks right here in this town. I haven't been over there detecting yet. What else have I got here? Went in another set of double tracks over there. I want to get over there and investigate that. And Love, another set of double tracks right here. Another one of them railroad stops. Let's see. Divide. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like there's double tracks, so that could be another railroad stop. This one here is another railroad stop. Manchi, it looks like, another railroad stop, double track. So these are still ones I have to investigate. Your internet is a wealth of knowledge. If you can get on the internet, you can find all types of stuff out on the internet there. These maps here, these are, this map here is put out by the county maps. These maps here show you the same thing pretty well also. They'll show you the old stops, you know, the railroad stops here, the names of them. So these are good maps to have too. Let's see, and of course the internet is a wealth of knowledge. This place where I'm living on now, this here tells me back in the days in 1928, there was a well, a stage stop, there was a store on here, a windmill, and this was all just stuff I found on the internet. So the internet's a great source to look for it, but I find most of my stuff just in topo maps itself is the best place to look. And then of course this map here will tell me if it's private or not. Give me a better idea if I can get onto it or not. So those are my two main sources that I use.
All right.
that's pretty cool. Got to get out and do a little bit of detecting. Didn't find anything really, really cool. The only thing I found is halfway decent was that penny. That is a 1957 D penny. And from what I was researching, apparently 1957 was the last year that they made the Wheaties. And there was a lot of mistakes made on that penny. If that would have been a penny with one of them mistakes on it, that would have been worth lots and lots of money. I saw some of them like $2,000 and all the way down to like $100 or something like that. So that would have been pretty cool if that had mistakes on it. 1957 D. Apparently there was a billion of them made or something, and being the last year they made that, the die, they made it last as long as they could. So towards the end of it, there was a lot of misprints and mistakes on them. So some of those are worth lots of money, but this isn't one of them. Sad but true. Anyways, that was pretty sure fun. Pretty sure appreciate you guys coming along, sharing on these adventures. So hey, until our paths cross again, you guys all take care of yourselves. Be safe out there, and we'll see you guys all later. Thanks for watching.